Just within the last half hour or so, the governor also officially endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris, saying in part on social media, no one is better to guide our country to a healthier direction than America's Vice President Kamala Harris. With that, we bring in Gary Dietrich. And yes, a lot of focus on Kamala Harris because of this endorsement. But there are a lot of Democrats out there who have been discussed leading up to this possible moment. Now the moment is here.
It is. You already hear Pennsylvania Governor Shapiro. Apparently now he's endorsed her. Why could that be significant? I think he is the top of the list for a potential VP if Harris is the nominee. But make no mistake about it, this is going to be crazy for another couple of days. Why? Because right now, Harris is trying to consolidate, the president's endorsement of her, but we have an unknown, really a sea of questions ahead. How is the process going to work? Those delegates for Biden do not automatically transfer to Harris. They'll have to. They now can choose whoever they would like. There's money. There's millions of dollars in campaign funds. What are exactly going to happen to those? And I don't know. There's not unanimity within the Democratic Party that she is the best one to carry the flag in November. So, guys, it's not all sewn up just because the current president has stepped aside.
But I think it is interesting that he made this decision to endorse her right out of the gate virtually, which kind of changed the direction of the conversation, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, of course, you wouldn't expect otherwise, right? I mean, he has said, and he said again recently, the best decision he ever made as president was his first one, which is, before he was elected, to pick her as his running mate. So he believes in her. He's solidly behind her. And right now, the key, guys, is the big decision makers in the party. But Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, none of them have currently endorsed her.
Right. So a lot more to see on that end of it. So we know that Kamala Harris has challenges ahead of her, but the president himself does as well. I've already seen Republicans, at least one at least, saying that he should resign as of now if he's already saying that he's not going to run. So talk about what the next 4 months are going to look like for the president, too. This is going to be an uphill battle.
Okay, can I say it like this? They're not going to be fun, all right? No. Why aren't they going to be fun? Well, because he is the ultimate lame duck, right? He said he stepped aside under pressure. He didn't want to do this. We all know that. And starting tomorrow, the congressional hearings happen over the shooting last Saturday of former President Trump, okay, the assassination attempt. There's lots of questions about his Secret Service. In other words, guys, governing is not going to be easy for this president. And yes, Marley, there's not just one. There's a chorus of Republicans now saying he should go ahead and step aside.
And so with that in mind, Republicans, they're now having to recalibrate the Donald Trump campaign. And I think that maybe they were looking at him as having an uphanded battle right now, where he was actually positive in polling. But does this change how they approach this campaign?
Not much. Because they already had the book, as we say. They were ready for this, okay? Plus, she's been his vice president. The same issues exist. And the other thing about it is, Donald Trump has already mentioned her, did at the convention last week. They were ready for this move. That's not going to catch them off guard. This is, it's game on. And the Republicans have been holding their fire, so to speak, politically, waiting to see, is she going to be the one? We still don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, just about 100 days until the election. Wow.
Yeah. And just 4 weeks from tomorrow, their convention starts in Chicago.
All right, we'll be seeing a lot more of you, Gary.
Yes, game on indeed. All right, thank you, Gary.